For the next 3 days, I'm going to eat exclusively from the Australian hardware store Bunnings and see what happens to my body. No restaurants, no supermarkets, just parking lot hot dogs, expired sandwiches, and whatever edible objects I can legally consume between the power drills and the pool chemicals. This isn't just a challenge, this is science. It's officially day one of the Bunnings diet. For the next 3 days, I'll consume no food, no water, no coffee, no supplements, nothing, unless it comes from the inside of a hardware store, specifically Bunnings. So we're starting off day one with a nice long run, because for the next 3 days, I'm not gonna be sitting around doing nothing. I'm gonna be putting this diet to the test. Let's get into this run. I got a long ways to go. Before we get too carried away, there's a few things you need to know about Bunnings. Bunnings is a massive Australian hardware monopoly. At this point, it's basically the only thing anyone in Australia thinks about when it comes to home improvement, gardening, or construction. They're most famous for their weekend sausage sizzle. This is a charity fundraiser barbecue event every weekend where they sell their famous snags and cold drinks. A snag is just Australian for hot dog. You can get your snag with or without onions, and there's an assortment of sauces to go on top of it. The thing is, the sausage sizzle is only available on weekends. I'm starting this challenge on a Saturday, so I'll have 2 days of sausage sizzle. But what am I gonna do outside of that? Well, luckily for me, the larger Bunnings stores have a small cafe inside of them. And although I've never been to one before, I'm gonna be getting to know them real well. Just been running around my favorite park for about an hour, and I really like running here because it's got water fountains scattered all around. So it's great to stay hydrated. But today, I can't drink those. Luckily, Bunnings just opened, so I'm gonna head there, hopefully get a drink. Getting real thirsty, but we're almost there. I approached my first Bunnings curious and dehydrated. I passed by the sausage sizzle that was setting up outside, and I walked straight into my grocery store for the next 3 days. I passed the small drink and snack fridge, and then continued on to find the cafe, taking note of anything edible that might help sustain me over the next few days. I got to the cafe and was thoroughly relieved. Not only was it open, but it had a fully stocked drink fridge, ice cream, pies, sandwiches, and desserts. I was set, but at this moment, I still had a lot of running to do, so I needed to choose my first meal very carefully. Good bit of scoping out in there. We got the cafe, that's gonna be clutch. It's open till 4 o'clock each day, which is actually not too bad. There's a little drink and snack fridge at the front, and then obviously the big staple will be the sausage sizzle out front. That's where I'm getting the bulk of my calories, but first, just started off, simple Coke. Gonna run some more, come back and fuel up a little bit more. Oh, great way to start the day. I continued my run as the temperature started to climb. Nothing like 50 grams of high fructose corn syrup to rejuvenate you. You ever been walking around your neighborhood and you start to think maybe Charles McGill wasn't crazy after all? Jimmy, it burns, it burns. Back for more. Let's fuel up. Orange, one of the best flavors. Fanta, not quite as good as Orange Crush, but can't get Orange Crush in Australia. All right, I'm now 3 hours into this run. I'm gonna pick up one more drink, then I'm gonna head home, then I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna get a lot of food. I don't think I would hold down a hot dog if I bought one right now. So just gonna stick to liquids. All right, 32 kilometers done. Just back at the first park I was running at, and it is getting hot. I should have definitely grabbed a couple drinks for the road. Gonna do a couple more laps here and then head back home. It's getting crazy hot out here. Pretty dehydrated. I can't head home. I gotta go straight to another Bunnings. Let's go. 40 kilometers. I'm dying, but I'm close to Bunnings. Arriving at this Bunnings was like arriving at an oasis. 40 kilometers of heat, pain, and pavement. I was wrecked. Salt-streaked legs felt like overcooked noodles. Then, I finally reached salvation. 2 cans of ice-cold soda, sweating in my hand. I take a sip. It's sharp, sweet, violently refreshing. Artificial as all heck, and exactly what my ruined body needs. In that moment, it's not just a drink, it's a dang miracle. Those 2 drinks did not last long, so I picked up 2 more, a water, lemonade, and hot dog. Classic Bunnings snag, much needed. Just gonna finish up walking 1 kilometer back home, and that'll complete a marathon for today. It's almost 5 hours, nothing to write home about, but long run, good effort. What a beautiful morning. I'm wrecked. That sausage and 4 drinks were enough to keep me going, but not nearly enough to replenish me. Had a shower, had a little rest, back to Bunnings. Time to fuel up.
A Pepsi Max, a Solo, and a water? Yeah. $11.
Another 3 drinks and a dog down, and we went inside to check out the cafe, see if I could get something to go for dinner. All right, just ran and picked up 1 more hot dog. They're all out of drinks. But luckily, picked up this big bottle of distilled water. Now I know you're not supposed to drink this because it dehydrates you. It doesn't have any minerals in it, but I'm hoping all the salt and preservatives in the hot dogs will keep the water in me. Also picked up these 2 sandwiches that are super discount. I don't know what's wrong with them. Excuse me, are the sandwiches $1? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Can I get the ham Dijon and cheese one? Maybe 2 of those. Oh, I've got dinner. 2 of these ham sandwiches. I went with the ham instead of the chicken or the tuna because, yeah, they were down from $9 all the way to $1. Very suspicious, but I'm hoping once again the preservatives in the ham will keep me safe. If I'm really sick tomorrow, we'll know what happened. I also got these frozen popsicles. A Bunnings snag. It's not gourmet. It's not clean eating, but it's real. It's local. It's $3.50 and a nod from a stranger. White bread, 1 sausage, maybe burnt, maybe perfect. Sauce, onions or no onions, those are your options. Just as quickly as it appeared, it's gone, sucked down before you even leave the parking lot. It doesn't taste great. I don't know if that's gonna be good for me or not, but it can't be worse than tap water. Paddle pop. Lemonade flavor, delicious. All right, we're just going to a little citizenship celebration for one of our friends, but I don't have anything to eat at this celebration, so we're gonna stop at Bunnings once again. Looks like they're still serving sausages. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What do we do you for?
Can I grab 1 with onions, please?
Yes.
2.
2 with onions?
Yeah.
Cash or card?
Cash.
Cash?
Yeah. And can I get a solo as well?
Yep.
Okay. 1 for Solo.
So that's 2 and 2? Yep. $11.
Dog number 4. Successfully finished that hot dog without getting anything on my white shirt. Picked up a bag of chips and then went off to the barbecue with our friends. And who would have guessed they'd be having a sausage sizzle as well. Luckily, I ate beforehand because I couldn't enjoy any of this delicious food they were having at the party. All right, just got back from hanging out with our friends. Had a great time. Gonna eat these chips that I picked up and this sandwich. I'm starving because everyone was eating delicious food there and I couldn't have any. And if this is good, I might have the second sandwich as well. I ate both. That's it for day number 1. On day number 1, I walked 51,165 steps, ate 4,081 calories, I had 8 drinks, 4 snags, and spent $60.68. Morning of day number 2. Just brewing up some coffee because we got a big group hike today. But unfortunately, I don't get to drink any coffee. I just got this morning. Gonna be fasting this morning until I can make it to Bunnings. We had a great hike this morning and I was absolutely ravenous after. So we went to the closest Bunnings, but unfortunately they didn't have a barbecue going on or a cafe inside. Bit of a detour, went to my local Bunnings. They didn't have a sausage sizzle set up. What's up with that? Anyways, I went home, grabbed this little Calippo raspberry pineapple. So I have this on the way and go to a much bigger Bunnings. So hopefully they got something good for me. That's incredible. First thing I've eaten today too, so. Super refreshing. You're running on fumes. No breakfast, no coffee, just regret and a growling stomach. Then it hits you, the smell. Charred meat, sweet onions, cheap sauce. Salvation is in the breeze. You find the stand. No pretense. A slab of white bread, one sausage, greasy, glorious. Double dogging it to start off the day. 2 screaming cold drinks, piping hot dogs. It's gonna be good. Onions piled high, sauce bleeding into the corners. You take a bite. An explosion of flavor. Salt, fat, smoke. The lights flicker back on. Your blood starts moving again. It's crude. It's perfect. It's not just food. It's a defibrillator in a napkin. This isn't a meal. It's a dang rebirth in a Bunnings parking lot. And then, just when you think it can't get any better, you crack open a passion fruit soda. Ice cold, sickly sweet, fizzy as heck, bright as a tropical sunrise. It cuts through the grease like a machete. That hit of sugar and acid jolts your soul. You're not just alive, you're awake. You could build a deck right now. You could mow your lawn and your neighbors. Painting the fence seems like child's play. You're unstoppable. I decided to enjoy the Bunnings air conditioning for a bit while searching for my dinner. And it didn't take me long. 39 degrees today. Gotta stay hydrated. Chicken schnitzel sandwich, please? Yeah. Can I grab 2 then? Yeah. And then, can I grab a caramel slice as well? Had an incredible caramel slice in there, and I also found more discount sandwiches. Chicken schnitzel this time. Got 2 of them again. That'll be my dinner tonight. Also picked up a phone charger. Just gonna chill here for a little bit, and I think I'm gonna go back and get another hot dog before I leave. Another hot dog? Free drinks. Gotta stay hydrated. With all my food figured out for the day, I headed back home. Well, somehow I just closed my eyes and an hour and a half passed, but I'm going to go fishing now. I'm bringing these with me. The popsicles were super refreshing, and I got to the beach with enough time to enjoy a beautiful sunset, and I even managed to catch a fish. Let's go, finally. Nice little brim. Buddy was a little bit too small, so I had to send him back to his friends. All right, got a couple good bites. Beautiful night of fishing, incredible sunset, perfect weather, but probably actually a good thing we didn't catch anything we can eat. Would have been way too tempting tonight. Let's head home and eat those sandwiches. All right, to finish off day 2, more discount sandwiches. Let's see how this goes. Actually not too bad. Severely lacking fruit and vegetables on this diet, but the sandwich is not too bad. I'm gonna have this with some more hydration. Call it a night. Unfortunately, the weekend and the sausage sizzles are over. Tomorrow's Monday, no more barbecues, and I gotta work. So it's gonna be tricky to try and figure out this diet for the final day. We're gonna do our best. The ham and Dijon mustard was definitely better. On day 2, I walked 18,491 steps, ate 3,021 calories, I had 5 drinks, 3 snags, and I spent $31 and caught 1 fish. Day number 3, time to rack up the points for the Spud Shed Challenge before I gotta head into work. During this month, I've been taking part in a running challenge with my favorite grocery store, Spud Shed. So I've been upping my running volume and trying to get out there as much as I can in order to win this challenge. After the run, I quickly hydrated and then was off to Bunnings to try and get a coffee and some breakfast.
Bit of a hectic morning this morning. The problem is the Bunnings I'm gonna go to this morning is about 30 minutes away from work, but I start work at 7:30 and the Bunnings cafe doesn't open till 7. So it's gonna be a little tricky. We're gonna be tight here. No coffee on the weekend's fine, but Monday, kinda need it. It's just not fair.
Unfortunately, my dreams were crushed. Despite it being 7:15, the cafe had not yet opened, so I had to settle for a different form of caffeine.
Not at all what I wanted, but it'll have to do.
I managed to make it to work on time with the far-off dream of a hardware store cafe sandwich still 6 hours away.
Made it, right on time. Not 1 minute late. But unfortunately, it looks like I'm gonna be fasting this morning. Looking forward to lunch.
It was a pretty calm morning doing some soil testing, and once lunch hit, I was off to the races.
All right, pretty uneventful morning, but it's 1 o'clock now. I'm starving. I got 30 minutes to run off to Bunnings for lunch. Let's do it. Who would have thought trying to eat exclusively at a hardware store would be such a hassle?
I stormed into Bunnings and made a beeline straight for the cafe. And then, can I also get the citrus tart?
Yeah.
Is that one on discount?
Yeah, $2.
Oh, nice. No, sorry, one more thing. Can I get the mixed triple sandwich? And then can I get a cappuccino as well? I absolutely loaded up because I was buying not only for lunch, but for my dinner as well. For lunch, I got a chicken and camembert meat pie, a citrus tart, a large coffee, and a grilled cheese for the drive back to work. I also picked up another discount sandwich, chips, and a drink for dinner.
All right, super successful trip. Had a good lunch, picked up a bunch of snacks, even picked up this extra toasty for the way home. But we're gonna be cutting it close to get back to work on time. Well, made it back with 4 minutes to spare, not too bad. This grilled cheese is delicious. It's actually got an egg and ham in it. So good. The Bunnings Cafe doesn't cheap out.
I returned to work sweaty and satisfied. Spent the afternoon diluting some acids.
Well, had a pretty good day at work, and the good thing is I'm all stocked up on calories. I'm set for tonight. The only problem is it's super hot today, and I'm going to be training jiu-jitsu later, and I'm a little low on hydration, so I might have to make yet another pit stop at Bunnings just to pick up a few more drinks. I made it home, all changed out of my clown clothes. Unfortunately, I'm all out of water. So, got about an hour to my class. Gonna go walk through this scorching heat, pick up something to drink. Picked up a Sprite and a Powerade. Also got some cleaning vinegar too, needed some of that. Not to drink though. Oh, much needed. After taking in the scientifically optimal hydration and fuel, I was off to jiu-jitsu class. I did a few shoulder exercises and then had a great class with some super hard sparring that dehydrated me to the point where I was worried I was gonna have to break into Bunnings on the way home. Yeah, it's hot. Home, showered, cleaned up, ready for dinner. Have a look at this. Lady's eating these delicious steak bites and sweet potato. Gonna put some garlic butter, salt and pepper on there. It's gonna be absolutely delicious. But me, this is what I get, my Bunnings meal. Another clearance sandwich. This is the mixed triple. I actually asked a guy who works there what his favorite sandwich was, and he says this. By the sounds of it, he eats there every day. I also got this Summer Sorbet Series, inspired by gelato, Messina, Schweppes, passion fruit lemonade flavor. And then some Smith's chips, salt and vinegar flavored. But I'm in a little bit of trouble here because I only have this one drink left. I'm already super thirsty. I've got these salty chips to eat. Bunnings is now closed, and I gotta make it till tomorrow morning before I can eat or drink anything else that's not from Bunnings. So we'll see if I actually eat all the chips. That might be a little too salty for me. This has been a fun diet. An inconvenient diet, but a fun diet. So look at how strange this is. Obviously this is the sandwich I ordered. and the other half is right here. But it came with this third sandwich that just has like, I don't know, cream cheese in it or something. Very strange.
Passion fruit.
These are two completely different sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what the...
What?
I thought the triple mix,
That means three of different.
three different sandwiches. I thought it meant like three different
Me-
ingredients in one sandwich.
Well, the Bunnings diet seems to be fine for physical performance. The mental benefits are yet to be realized. The past 3 days were extremely fun. Sure, the Bunnings diet is extremely inconvenient, lacking protein, lacking general nutrition, extremely high in sugar, and relatively expensive. But it did fuel me through a ton of physical exercise and was a really interesting change of pace for my week. Well, that was a delicious dinner, but I'm not going to finish all the salt and vinegar chips. For one, it's starting to disintegrate my mouth a little bit. And for two, I'm pretty much out of drink. I'm still thirsty, and they're extremely salty. This has been a great challenge. I'm going to call it there for the night. Check in tomorrow, see the final results from this challenge. And finally eat some fresh food. On day number 3, I walked 14,108 steps, ate 3,125 calories, and spent a total of $52.09.
All right, well, 3 days on the Bunnings diet is officially over. Now, this challenge wasn't too restrictive, honestly. It was more of an inconvenience. I still had to eat a ton of calories, and the food is pretty good, to be honest. A lot of sugar, hot dogs, can't go wrong. But this is what I've been craving, so this is what I'm gonna have.
Egg on toast. Obviously I was missing protein, so got the egg, and I've got a big fat protein shake here too. I've only got one egg because they're literally impossible to find. Every grocery store is sold out right now. Big plate of fresh fruit. Haven't had really anything fresh in a while. Hot coffee, fresh glass of orange juice.
This is gonna be a great breakfast.
This was an extremely fun experiment, and not many people can say that they survived only eating Bunnings for 3 days. Throughout this challenge, I walked, ran, and hiked for a total of 83,764 steps, for an average of 27,921 per day. I spent a total of $143.77 on food from a hardware store. That's more than my weekly grocery bill, for me and my wife. I averaged 3,409 calories each day, and I was down 1 pound at the end of 3 days. I was honestly feeling all right throughout this challenge, but it wasn't until about 3 days later when I really started to feel my body hitting a wall. I just started to feel extra tired and run down. It's one thing to push your body physically, but when you aren't fueling properly and recovering optimally, it'll eventually catch up with you. And sometimes, honestly, you just need that reminder. When I eat healthy for a long period of time, it's not that I feel unstoppable or superhuman, I just feel normal. But when I go for a period of time eating trash like the stuff I was finding in hardware stores, I definitely notice my body starting to fall apart. And that's why this challenge was such a great reminder of how important proper nutrition is. Thanks for watching.